Guys, what's up? It's your girl Shelly here and welcome back to my channel. We're going to be doing a quick review on the new Too Faced Born This Way Additional Shades by Jackie Aina. So I picked this up in the shade Chai. You guys already know that this foundation retails for $39, or if you didn't know, now you know. It retails for 39 bucks. I did go ahead and purchase mine on the Sephora website because I get 2-day free shipping from Sephora, but that's where I picked mine from. You guys can also get it from Ulta. I do believe you can get it from Ulta. On top of the foundation, I also wanted to go ahead and try out the Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I picked this concealer up in the shade Butterscotch because from seeing the swatches online from everybody that got the PR package and other people that also purchased this concealer, I just love the undertone that it has. It's very yellow. It's super, the shade just looks perfect for me to match with the foundation shade in Chai. So those are the two shades that I have. The foundation now comes in 35 shades, and I don't remember who I was watching today or what I was watching today, and they were mentioning that there's an additional 4 shades that they're going to add to their collection. So I believe it's going to now come in 39 shades, which is amazing. And then the concealer comes in 20 shades, which is not bad. And before we get into how it applies and everything, I just want to say thank you to Too Faced for partnering with a woman of color to bring us more shades and stuff that's going to actually work for our skin tone. And Jackie, girl, amazing. You did an amazing job just by me looking at the swatches, just by me seeing how they look. That's just so big. Like that's just so big for them to actually partner with a beauty influencer to bring, you know, darker shades for women of color. And y'all did an amazing job. Amazing job. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you to Too Faced for doing that, even though you didn't do it for me, but you did it for Jackie, so you did it for all of us. And thank you to Jackie for actually stepping up and saying, yes, I can do this, yes, I want to do this, took the risk, and girl, you did a good job. So that's all I wanted to say. Now let's get into the video before I sit here and babble for the rest of my life, because you guys know that I talk too damn much. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I had 2 setting powders from Too Faced, and unfortunately the Peach Perfect setting powder, you guys know that I suffer from dry skin, so that setting powder was just way too matte for me. And then the other one, I don't know what happened, and I ended up returning it by accident, I think, and we don't have any setting powder. But we do have the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Primer. I have this little tiny tube right here that I got from Sephora for like 100-point perk or something of that sort. So I'm just gonna squeeze some out of the tube and apply this all over my face. And I've used this primer probably 8 times already, 6-8 times already, 10 times already, I don't know, because the little tube, I don't use a lot. I don't use like so much in primer, so it lasts me for a really long time. So this is an oil-free foundation. It's supposed to be hydrating, long-wearing, great in photos, and non-comedogenic. I always struggle with saying that word. And you guys, please avoid the elephant in the room, these big bulky lashes that I have on my eyes right now. You hear a weird noise? That is my fan. It's like 90-something degrees in New York right now, and child, the AC is too loud, but we gotta roll with the fan. So I'm gonna shake up the bottle really well so that, you know, nothing is not settled and it doesn't come out funky out of the bottle. I've never used this foundation before, so I'm gonna take about, you get a generous pump when you pump this out. I'm gonna be taking about 2 pumps. No, I'll do 3. Also, I wanted you guys to know that the bottles is made out of acrylic. It's not a glass bottle, so I feel like that is really good when it comes to traveling purposes. I don't want my hair to get foundation in it. We're just gonna put that back for a few minutes, and I'm gonna start out by using the brush on this side so you guys can see how it looks. I know a lot of people have their personal preference of what they use to apply their foundation. There's a time when I first started out in makeup, I only like to use a brush, and then when I discovered wetting my beauty blender and using my beauty blender to apply my foundation, I actually stopped using a brush for a very long time. So I'm just gonna give you guys options. And let me just say that if you guys are not new to my channel and you've been watching me for a while, you know that majority of the time my foundations are always darker to match my face, and then I'll use my concealer to bring my shade back. After doing a little bit of research on why most women of color, I would say, do that, is because when I thought about, like, say for instance the Maybelline foundation or the NARS foundation, right? The shade that I had to choose for my skin tone is either gonna be too light or too dark, and you can't choose too light, because if you choose too light, it's gonna be lighter than your body, and when you take pictures you're gonna have a lot of flashback. Your face is gonna look like you have a mask on it, and it's just not gonna be a good look. So what we tend to do majority of the time, what I like to do majority of the time, is go in with a darker foundation and then use my concealer to kind of even it back out and kind of bring it back to where I want it to be. So this is what it looks like on my face. The difference with applying your foundation with a brush and a sponge is that the sponge picks up a lot of the product. So on days when I want a more natural makeup look, I don't want my face to look like, oh my god, you have on so much makeup, I'll definitely go in with a sponge. But on days when your girl want to look snatched, she want to look fully beat up, fully done, why, if you know some have makeup on my face, of course I'm going to use a brush to blend out my foundation. So that's basically the difference in finishes that you get from a foundation. There's certain foundation that is like super full coverage. I'm using the Morphe sponge to blend this out. There are certain foundations that are super full coverage. Like, I've tried the Huda Beauty foundation before, and that thing is like not here to play no games. The Huda Beauty foundation, I feel like the Kat Von D foundation too performs the same way, where it is like the coverage is gonna come for your life. Like, it's gonna cover up your sins, it's gonna cover up your flaws, it's gonna cover up everything that you've done in the past. It's gonna cover up every single bit of the bad part of your life. Okay, so those foundations, I don't care if you use a brush, I don't care if you use a sponge, I don't care what you use to blend it out, it's gonna give you full coverage. But certain other foundations perform so much different. So there is the coverage of both sides of my face, and you can clearly tell that this side is a lot more full coverage than this side. Both tools gave me a beautiful coverage. Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in real quick while I'm editing the video, because now that I can actually see it through the camera, it definitely looks full coverage on both sides. Definitely. Now, I must say that a lot of people are saying that they're only getting medium coverage from this foundation. If your hyperpigmentation is out of this world, you have a lot of acne scars, best believe that you're not gonna get full coverage out of it. But I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation. I have a little bit of, I don't really have crazy scars. I wouldn't even say I have any scars that much anymore. So I am getting full coverage from the foundation, and it looks beautiful. This is my perfect shade, and if you guys can see my chest area, y'all can see that. Child, she's matching. Okay, all right, so let me go ahead and test out the concealer. And this bad boy is supposed to be better than tart shape tape. But you guys see the size of this bottle though? You get 0.50 fluid ounce in here with a awesome doe foot applicator. Normally you get, how much do you get in a standard standard size concealer. I don't think you get that much. I'll probably try to insert in the video how much you get in a standard size concealer, but thank you so much Too Faced for doing this, because my concealers are always running out. I can have a foundation for years, but my concealers, especially if it's something that I love, it does not last me that long. So I'm really hyped about this. And what I like as well in my concealers, I like to leave my concealer to sit for a few seconds and dry in the area, and then go back and blend it out. I just feel like it looks a lot more highlighted in that area, so that's what I'm gonna do. I love the way how this concealer feels so far. It feels so creamy and so hydrated. Listen, child, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it, okay? It's color Butterscotch. It just has the perfect yellow undertone. Like, it's just so pretty. I love this color. I like to go back with the beauty blender where I use the foundation and just go around the edges of the concealer. I'm gonna go in and set it with my Beauty Bakery flour powder. Should I use translucent? Translucent is gonna be a little bit light. Translucent is gonna be a little bit light, so I'm gonna use the color yellow. I have two of these, by the way, and I love them both. I love translucent and I love yellow. I love them both. I'm gonna go ahead and set this right away. I'm gonna go ahead and contour, highlight, do the rest of my face, and then I'm gonna come back and tell you guys my final thoughts on the foundation and the concealer. I'm gonna let you guys know how it wore when I wore it. I'm back and I am completely done with my face, and you guys can see just by looking at it. I know I'm under a lot of lights and stuff, but there's no filter on my camera, so you guys can see how beautiful this looks on my skin tone. I'm gonna try to insert some pictures in the video of when I used the foundation the first time, and then this time around I'm gonna take some pictures again so that you guys can see the foundation and the concealer together. The Beauty Bakery powder works amazingly with the concealer. The concealer is so creamy. I love the color Butterscotch. It is like the perfect highlighter shade for me. I use it to conceal and highlight because I let it sit, so it just does all the work in one shot. But I absolutely love how it looks on my face. As for the foundation, the thing that I'm gonna say that I love the most about the foundation is the shade. That's what I love the most. If I can get all my foundations to be in this shade, it would be a dream come true. Like, I absolutely love the shade. It's like the perfect shade for my skin tone. I didn't have to go darker and then use like my concealer to bring it back to where I want it to be, and it's not too light. It is just my perfect shade. I did wear it yesterday for about 5 hours, but I was in extreme heat. I was in like 5 hours of heat, and I do not like how the foundation looks in heat. So if you're like in a tropical country and you're going to be out all day in a 90-degree weather, I would not wear this foundation. I'm going on vacation right now and I'm going to be out in the heat all day long. I would not bring this foundation. I'll prefer to bring my Wet n Wild Focus foundation because that foundation is matte. I prefer to bring my Fenty foundation because that foundation is matte, or I'll just prefer to bring a mattifying foundation. So in the summertime, whether you're oily, whether you're dry, best option is to always wear a mattifying foundation. However, in the fall/winter time, I think this foundation will look beautiful on any skin. Oily, dry, combo, normal, I don't care. I think this foundation will look beautiful in a more cooler temperature just because of the formula. The formula, not a mattifying formula. The first thing that they tell you in the formula is that it is a hydrating foundation. Anything hydrating is supposed to be more for like cooler seasons or cooler temperatures. So how do I like the foundation? Absolutely love the foundation. I love the shade. Jackie, you did an amazing job, girl. You did an amazing job with the shade ranges. I hope that more brands just open up more, and if you need help, just grab somebody to work with. I know a lot of brands don't do that because a percentage of the money is going to go to that person that helped to create whatever they're selling. You can give away 3% or 5% or 10% to a person and sell a million more of what you're selling, then why wouldn't you want to do that? Like, why wouldn't you want to do that? I don't know how much Jackie's getting, obviously, but you know, she's gonna profit from it. But she deserved every red penny that she gets because she did a very good job. And for all the other reviews that I've seen so far, the shades are really good. Like, they're not too red, they're not too orange, they're not gray, they're just the perfect undertone, and then there's so many different options. So I think I covered everything that I need to cover in this video. If there's anything else that you guys would like for me to cover, please leave them in the comments down below and I'll definitely answer them for you. I switched it up today and I used different powders than I used yesterday, and it looked just as good. That's about it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. Toodles!